welcome those that's watching by way of internet. I'll move on to the calendar. On the calendar, we got coming up, this is good news. On Friday, June 26th, we got the Mountain Street Dance back at 6:30 to 9. We got our town offices will be closed on Friday, July 3rd for Independence Day. And then on Saturday, July 4th, you got Stars and Stripes Kids Parade at 11 to 1 o'clock. And then Tuesday, July 14th will be our next regular scheduled meeting. Anybody any questions with that?
We also have Pride on Main on Saturday.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Pride on Main on Saturday. Okay, we'll move on. Public comment. We have a couple of people here tonight.
Do, Mayor.
I will remind everyone to please keep your, to at least 3 minutes. The town attorney will be running the public comment time, and she will be keeping that time. Cheers.
There's just one name here on the first part, Metzger.
My wife and I would like to.
You come on up to the podium right here, sir. Just give us your name.
Yes, Steve Metzger. We own several businesses here in downtown, in this town for 60 years, family business. And we'd like to thank the Waynesville Police Department. Our business is directly across from the little park that's over off of North Depot Street and Main Street. We've been noticing in the last month and a half that there's been an influx of homeless people taking over this little park that was actually used for the original concept was for the tourists to use and for the local store owners to go over and use and eat their lunches there and that. And all of a sudden it had been kind of overwhelmed with homeless people. And people have been coming into our shop and commenting on saying that they didn't really enjoy walking past that area and that they were a little concerned about it. We have notified the police department and I talked to the lieutenant and he was amazing. And today they went in there and they had 4 police officers in there. They removed the people that were problem there. And we just want to say thank you very much to the town of Waynesville and to the police department for being so on it. And we really enjoy being in this town because of the response that we get from everybody and how well the town is being set up by what you guys are doing. One other thing that I'd like to talk about is our part of the town, the northern part of Main Street, we don't have any loading zones there. The only loading zone that they have for the shops and that are right there by where Remax is, and you have to if you're coming in by car, the truck will be taking up the spot right there where the cars have to turn and kind of go around, and it's kind of a dangerous area to load in and out of. We've worked out of that area for many years, and we kind of know that they removed 2 parking spots that were over on the other side for loading to make that beautiful little park that was right there on that corner. So we were wondering if there was a possibility that you guys would consider on the other side there, by where all the businesses are there, a loading zone, just taking one car space, maybe a little bit bigger, because a lot of the trucks that people are coming in there are a little bit larger, the restaurants, the stores and that. And we're not in a situation, a lot of the people that have shops there, where we can go, okay, well, we'll load at 6 o'clock in the morning, or we'll load after hours, because people come in, they buy things from you, they want to load their car immediately, especially our business, and then some businesses right down the street from us. And what we've had to do in some cases is we've had to park our cars on the street so that when somebody does come in and they buy something, we have to move our car out and then move somebody's car in there where they're near the shop where they can load. So just something that I would like to see if you guys would take into consideration. And once again, we love being in our town. Thank you for everything that you've done.
Okay, thank you, sir. You want to have someone research that, Beth, or is that in your area, or is that?
Here comes Jesse.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, if you would, find out about what he's referring to as a space there, if it could be made possible. So, yeah, thank you.
Julia Buckner. Hey, y'all.
Good evening, Mayor. How you doing? And council members. I'm Julia Buckner. I live just down the street. I'm here tonight to say one simple thing, which is thank all of y'all. In 1944, there was this young kid from Tusquity, which is Haysville. He's from Clay County. He found himself on a beach in Normandy. And his name was George Esau Morgan. He was my grandfather. And every time I see an American flag, I think about him. I think about ordinary men and women who, well, at that point, men mostly, but who gave up so much so that people like me could stand before y'all today and offer public comment. I'm a proud American. I love my American flags. I love the American flag. I love to fly the North Carolina state flag because I'm a proud Tar Heel. I love all the flags we fly for our favorite sports teams. Some days I'm a Pisgah Bear and other times I'm a Tuscola Mountaineer. I love all the flags because they remind us who we come from, what we care about, who we're cheering for. That is, unless you have a Duke flag, and then I have questions about your life choices. The truth is, we all fly our flags. We fly them because they give us a sense of belonging. They remind us who we are, what we care about. And sometimes they remind us about the sacrifices that people have made to make the lives that I get to live possible. Mostly they remind us that we belong to something bigger than ourselves. And so I'm here tonight as a member of the Pride on Main Committee to say thank you. For the third year in a row, you guys have allowed us to celebrate Pride here in Waynesville, and this year feels markedly different. People actually picked up the phone and started calling me on Monday morning being like, where is my Pride flag? I feel like I was left out. So it made me smile because it reminds me that those flags are more than decorations. They are a way of saying you are welcome here. No matter who you are welcome in the town of Waynesville. And for that, we on Pride on Main are very, very grateful for y'all. I especially want to thank our police chief and our fire chief and every single member of the police and fire department that may be here or listening. Thank you for helping to keep our event safe, and thank you for keeping our community safe every single day of the year. And I want to give a special shout out to Jesse back there and to Candace up here, because I'm sure that y'all have received the lion's share of maybe people who don't love flags as much as I do. And I know that you probably handled that with the same professionalism, kindness, and grace that you guys do 365 days of the year. So I want to say thank you so much. Finally, I want to invite everybody. This Friday evening, the Atlanta Gay Men's Choir will be performing at the Canton Presbyterian Church. Saturday, we have the festival all day long. Saturday evening, join us for a drag show at Folk Moot. And on Sunday, we're celebrating with a church service with the Love First community down at Pigeon Center. We truly would love to have any of y'all and all of y'all join us for any of that. Thanks again to all the public servants who make this town a safe place for everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Is that it, dear?
That is all of the
Okay.
public.
All right. Additions or deletions to the agenda?
Yes, Mayor, I have two requests for changes to the agenda. One is to remove item number 7
Item number 7.
from the agenda, which is the lead service inventory project funding.
Okay.
And also, Mr. Mayor, before we proceed, I move to amend tonight's order of business to move item number 5 under old business, adoption of the fiscal year 2027 budget, so that it can be heard and voted on immediately following the closed session under section K prior to adjournment.
Okay. Is that your motion?
Yes, sir.
Second.
Got a second by Chuck. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, show like sign. So ordered. Okay, move on to the consent agenda. Someone give me a motion for,
I move we adopt the consent agenda.
Second.
got a second by John. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, show like sign. Okay. Proclamation, we got Pride Month proclamation. Our Councilman Anthony Sutton is going to read that proclamation for us.
Before I read this, I want to share something personal. Growing up, I didn't feel like I belonged. I felt different. And things were different back then. What I'm proudest of in this community is how hard we've worked to change that, to make people feel heard, to make them feel like they belong. Because at the end of the day, we're all just people. And we all deserve to love and be loved. And to be comfortable in our town. That's what tonight really is about, and I'm honored to read these words. Whereas LGBT plus Pride Month honors the contribution of lesbians, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer people, including the many who call Waynesville and the mountains of Western North Carolina home, and who contribute every day to the life and spirit of our town. and affirms our shared work of building a safer, fairer, and more welcoming community. And whereas Pride Month is observed each June to commemorate the anniversary of the 1969 Stonewall Uprising in New York City, a pivotal series of demonstrations for gay equality that helped launch the modern LGBT plus rights movement. And whereas in 2025, GLAAD's anti-LGBTQ extremist reporting tractor, known as Alert Desk, documented 1,042 anti-LGBTQ incidents across 47 states and the District of Columbia, including 128 acts of hateful vandalism, 76 violent assaults, 22 threats of mass violence, and 15 arson attempts, a 5% increase over 2024, underscoring the importance of continuing to foster safety, understanding, and respect for all in our community. And whereas Waynesville has long taken pride in being a town where neighbors look after one another, where Main Street is open to all, and where every resident deserves to live, work, and raise a family with dignity and respect. Whereas the town of Waynesville is committed to fostering a safe, inclusive, and supporting environment for all who live, work, and visit in our community, regardless of sexual orientation or gender identity or expression. Now therefore, the town of Waynesville, North Carolina does hereby proclaim June 2026 as LGBTQ plus Pride Month in the town of Waynesville, and encourage all residents to join in celebrating the diversity, dignity, and shared humanity of our neighbors. Here within wherefore, I hereby set my hand this 23rd day of June in the year of our Lord 2026 and the independence of the United States of America, the 250th. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for reading that. Okay. Move right along. We got a presentation this afternoon for the Recreation Advisory Commission update for the Haywood County Recreation Fund. Dan? Mr. Dan.
Thanks so much for giving us the opportunity to come back and speak to you about an issue very dear to my heart. I'm here representing the Waynesville Parks and Rec Advisory Commission. I'm a member of that commission. There's two other people here tonight that I'd just like to stand up and just identify themselves. Our fearless leader, Eva.
Hi, good evening.
And Deb.
And Luke, don't forget Luke.
Oh, Luke, I didn't know you were. Sorry. Anyway, we came in front of you on February 10th of this year with the idea that Haywood County government should resume that contribution to the rec center in particular, but the budget of the Parks and Rec Department. And we really appreciated your enthusiastic support for that position and the ideas you expressed at that meeting. We want to accomplish two things in our presentation here tonight. First, we just want to provide you with an update on things we've done since then to kind of bolster our cause or our argument that the county should resume that funding. And second, we'd like to identify a town official that can join us in preparing for that presentation. We don't have a date set yet when we're going to go in front of them, but we're thinking the fall. And so we think that if we can work with the town official to prepare our presentation, that'll lend so much more credibility to our position. We want, I guess, to give a brief history of this issue. Haywood County in the past recognized the rec center as a countywide resource. Over 60% of the youth members of the county, and this has been a consistent number, are users of the rec center. The county, up until 2008, provided $75,000 a year in joint support of the rec center. And the county understandably could not afford to continue the funding then, but to our chagrin have not resumed that funding to date. That leaves the town funding this position, this facility on its own. Again, over 60% of the current users of the rec center are non-town residents. So Waynesville government and taxpayers make this a significant contribution to the rec center budget, and county government and taxpayers contribute nothing. So the things we've done to kind of bolster our cause since I was here in February is we've emailed Bryant Moorhead in, I guess in December, we contacted him to inform him of our wish. His response was not very encouraging. We've raised membership rates for the non-town residents. We've sent quarterly data reports to the county rec department showing that over the 60% of the users of the rec center are county residents. We've reached out to the county recreation department advisory board chair, Kevin Fitzgerald, and he's willing to start a collaborative work relationship with us. And we feel like that should really be happening anyways, regardless of the funding. And then we've asked the county, we will ask the county to offer rec center membership reimbursement for county employees. And that's something they're doing now with the hospital-based rec center. We feel like it's a very nice perk they can offer to county employees that the Waynesboro Rec Center could participate in as well. We have low expectations that the county is going to respond to our request with funding this year. And that would be, we would be asking for the upcoming fiscal year starting July 1, 2027. And we understand and are sympathetic to the severe budget constraints by both the county and the town. What we want to achieve, though, is to establish the legitimacy and fairness of joint funding by the county and the town. We want to be on record as making that formal request to resume county funding at some point in the fiscal in the coming years. I think that's a significant first step, that we're on record as making that request, even though it won't be granted and it's fiscally not possible right now. So our request today is not simply about funding. It's about recognizing that the Waynesville Rec Center serves the entire county. It's a really special resource. We all know that. We believe shared use should ultimately lead to a shared investment. And we appreciate the town's continued support and look forward to working with you to make that case before the county commissioners. Thank you.
You want to have a question for Ray?
When you find out that date that you're going to do that, let us know. I'm sure that more than one of us will be more than willing to attend.
Great. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. Yeah.
For sure.
Any suggestions about, I was thinking sometime early fall, but it's just kind of a number plucked out of the.
I know Councilman Dixon has been very
Yeah, Chuck, for
very
sure.
adamant about pushing this, and
Yeah,
I
Chuck.
greatly appreciate
Yeah,
that.
he's already been
Yeah.
on the volunteer list for
I
that.
will.
For sure.
He's been bold. If you'll just let us.
Will do.
You can get with either Chuck or I, and we can discuss the best times to
Okay.
go
Thank
get forward.
John, you have any questions? Joey,
No, sir.
Chuck? Okay, thank you, Dan.
Thank you.
Okay. Skip number 5, go to number 6. We got a budget amendment for public works. Hutch, is Hutch here somewhere? Yep.
Good afternoon, Mayor and Town Council. I'm Hutch Reese, Deputy Director of Public Works on Operations side. This budget amendment is requested to address the $79,283.01 overage in the FY 25-26 Powell Bill paving account. The overage resulted from completion of the Chestnut Park overlay project, which included placement of approximately 572 tons of asphalt, which roughly covered the entirety of Chestnut Park Road, which was roughly around 2,750 linear feet. Along with, we did quite a bit of work this year with the Powell Bill, Brown to Boyd, East Street, lots of different projects, some concrete work up on Allens Creek Road for new sidewalks up there from the First Baptist Church down to Camp Branch. With that being said, the proposed amendment decreases the Powell bill fund balance, reserve balance, and takes that out of the reserve balance and puts it into the paving account for this year to cover those project costs for Chestnut Park. Important note that these funds are already in the Powell bill reserve, so we're not asking for any money. We're just taking the money out of the reserve and putting it into the active account. With that being said, it's not a bad thing. If we have excess funds in that Powell bill reserve fund and we get audited and it looks like we're kind of hoarding money in that account, it may look negatively on us. So having transferring the money over is actually probably a good thing in those terms. If we have an excess of cash in the reserve fund, an auditor could see that and we could be negatively impacted with the future allocations for the Powell bill. So, yeah, that's what we're asking, just to pass that amendment so we can fund that.
Okay. Guys, you got a question regarding? All right, so now give me a motion.
Y'all have done great work. I was on East Street, coming up the East Street Hill, and it's like night and day
Mhm.
difference. Boyd Avenue, Brown are fantastic. So this is money well spent, in my opinion.
And I'm sure the folks in Auburn Road appreciate you striping that road. That's the first time it's ever been striped, and that is a dangerous little curve there. By you doing what you did there, it makes it a whole lot safer over there. So I want to personally thank you myself.
Well, I think the one that I noticed when I first came to Waynesville in this role was Brown. I mean, you could just drive down it and it would jar your teeth. So
Yeah.
as many citizens drive that, especially going to Waynesville Middle School and Tuscola football games,
It's a world of difference.
it's night and day compared to what it was just a few months ago. So
Dr. Highsmith is very upset that we did that. But I'll make a motion that we approve ordinance number 02426.
A motion,
Second.
second by Julia. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, show like sign. Okay,
all right, appreciate
thanks,
it.
Hutch. Thank you. Okay, we move on to item 8, establishment of a permanent downtown Waynesville social district. Beth?
Beth,
Thank you.
before you begin,
Yes, sir.
I want to take just a quick moment to thank you for your leadership as the executive director of Waynesville Committee. The work you've done in this past year has moved our downtown forward, and you've done it in the right way by building on what makes Main Street ours, the events, the promotions, the beautification, the care you put into protecting the character of downtown. That all adds up. It's a big part of why Waynesville was named number 2 best Main Street in America. And that doesn't go unseen. That didn't come from nowhere. It came from your energy, your pride in this town, and your commitment to it. And we're grateful for you, Beth. Thank you.
Thank you. We're very proud of that. But as you know, it's really not to my credit. It is to the credit of the businesses and the people that really make our town what it is. So it's a
Big part of
tribute
that
to
as well,
them.
Beth.
But thank you for recognizing that. I am here tonight. I am Beth Gilmore. I'm the executive director of the Downtown Waynesville Commission, and I am here tonight on their behalf to present a request for the establishment of a permanent social district. As you know, this legislation was enacted in 2021, and since that time, these social districts have been established throughout the state with very little problems, concerns, or issues reported. It has been a very valuable tool for economic development, encouraging pedestrian activity, supporting local businesses, driving tourism, and enhancing the visitor experience all the way around. The DWC's recommendation is to enact the social district Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. One correction to the cover sheet. This was not a unanimous vote. It was really close. It was carried by an 8-1 vote. But there is full support on our board for the social district. The map that you were looking at is changed slightly since the map was approved by our board. There were some changes made at the request of council. I believe they're relatively minor, but I just wanted to be clear that there have been some changes made since our board saw this, and would like to add one suggestion. Watami is not included in the social district boundary. I spoke with them today and they would like to be included. So I would like to ask that if you approve this, that you include them in that boundary map. I am going to turn the presentation over now to Downtown Waynesville Commission member Kurt Noonan and let him unpack some of the details and the logistics for you. And I'm certainly available if you have questions.
Good evening. Thanks for giving me a chance to speak. As you all know, we've had 4 temporary social districts to date. There haven't been any issues. I can give you some concrete information about the chili cook-off. I was involved in that, and we had double the participation from the prior year. So it made a huge difference for us. As a business owner, we've definitely noticed increased visitation on the first Friday, the TD's Ice Fest, and no, that's the only 2 other ones we had. But there's been a lot more pedestrian traffic and people just stopping in, filling their cup, and moving on to the next retail store. So I think it's a positive for everybody involved, and we're trying to make that a permanent fixture so we can better promote it to the region. As you know, there's a lot of other social districts around, and we're just not playing catch up. We're doing it our own way, and it's going to be better, but we feel it's time for it to happen. I'm also not only here representing the Downtown Waynesville Commission. This is more of a downtown thing. It's not just Main Street. It's not the MSD. As you can see, we stretch down to Frog Level. We stretch down to Bosu's, the Wells Event Center. We can go, we'll move it to Watami, and it's trying to make a more inclusive, just downtown business environment, and not, sometimes it seems we're a little privileged on Main Street and in the MSD. Trying to move past that as well. As far as the costs involved with setting up the district, the Downtown Waynesville Commission agreed to fund the initial purchase of the signage and the mounting brackets to put them up on the streets or light posts. I've got a group of volunteers from the hospitality community in downtown Waynesville that is agreed to install the signs. So we're not going to put a burden on the town. We're going to take care of this ourselves and get it done. Same with maintenance. If we find any issues or anything, we will police ourselves and we'll fix it. And we will take care of training ourselves and policing ourselves as far as we can. If there's a bigger issue, of course, we'll elevate it as needed. That's about all I got. Appreciate your time. Any questions?
Okay. Chuck, you have any questions?
This is an expansion, quite a bit of what we've had before. The businesses that have not been in the social district before, is there a method for contacting them or letting them know what's going on?
I've personally been in touch with each of them.
Okay.
They're informed. We're in constant contact, and depending on the results this evening, I will make my way around to all the, not just the hospitality businesses, but to all the other businesses.
And like the TDA did with the initial Ice Fest, perhaps a get together or a meeting of all both the merchants and the hospitality.
Definitely.
Folks might be good for questions and bring in the alcohol folks.
Yep. We did notice a couple of things at the First Friday event that we had recently that we've addressed and educated people. So you're right. We need to.
Okay, right. Thank you.
Joey?
The only thing just to confirm, and I think we know the answer, is that if you don't want to participate in this, you don't have to.
There's no requirement. No.
Exactly.
You
So
can
thank
put a sign up.
Like that.
no
This
drinks
is
allowed
Totally
and-
voluntary instead
Yes,
of
most
mandatory.
definitely.
Thanks.
John?
Just know that I was pleased with the discussion that the commission had, and I feel very comfortable with the balance that was set between folks who are in favor of the social district concept and folks who might not be. Give you an example. One of the concerns that I had when we originally discussed this a couple of years ago was the effect having a almost universal social district would have on folks who just couldn't be around alcohol. And so I was concerned that if we had set the hours like they had been discussed previously, that downtown would effectively be off limits for folks who couldn't be around alcohol. And I'm very pleased to say that this is, it's enough that it's effective, but it's also provides time for folks who can't be around alcohol to enjoy downtown as well. So I'm fully in favor of this.
Anything?
Yeah, I have two minor things. One is I would like to see the map altered to include 33,000 South Main Street, which is Watami. And I would also like to ask some people at 54 South Main Street if they would like to also be part of the social district.
Oh, yes, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
So I'd love to, I saw you sitting there, to go ahead and add 54 South Main Street into that as well. We have two business owners right here.
So it's effectively 30 through 60 South
Yes.
Main.
Thank you. I strongly support establishing a permanent downtown social district, and I'll be voting yes, of course. But this is one of the most direct, low-cost things that council can do to support our downtown business and keep Main Street vibrant. I've talked about tying outdoor dining to a social district before, and I'm excited about that possibly being part of this. And this didn't come overnight. This was across North Carolina, House Bill 890 during COVID established this. We've also had special events in Hazelwood and had no adverse issues there. So thank you for all your hard work on this, and I'll be supporting this. But I do have one point of order. It's Julie and I. We actually were the ones who tabled this item. At the original, would we have to be the ones to untable the item?
This is a new agenda year, so you do not have to, this is a new business item. It's not a reenactment of, or
Is it? Yeah, it's not.
We're not gonna reenact.
Resurrection. It's not a
Original business item is officially.
It's a new one,
business
and it was
item.
brought by a different entity
Yes.
as well.
Yes, so this board was sworn in after the election last fall. It's-
I just wanted to make sure we were on
We didn't
the.
know what our role was going to be.
I would like to say is my Christian faith. I would like to exclude myself from voting in favor of this.
Mr. Mayor, I would like to, I think I can say this from the charter of our charter, you are not obligated to vote on any item,
Yeah.
and you are not necessarily counted unless it is a tie. And even in a tie, you are under no obligations to vote in the town of Waynesville.
I just want that to be out there, not against you guys or anything like that. It's
No,
just,
full
it's
respect.
just my Christian belief,
Yeah.
that I'd probably be run off from church. No, okay. Anyway, I need a motion one way or the other.
I'll go ahead and make a motion to accept the permanent downtown social district with the amended map to include 33 South Main Street and what's the 33
30 to 60.
South Main Street as well.
Okay.
Second?
Second by Jordan. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? You got it.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
It's so much different than the first time.
Okay.
I want to thank all the business owners for showing up. That is incredible. Thank you so much.
That is showing your support. That's good that y'all came out, turned out. Okay, we'll move on to communication from our staff, our manager's report.
It's her first meeting.
Welcome, Miss
This
Manager.
is our first interim manager.
I've appreciated the opportunity to help out over the last week and a half. And the only thing I have to report is I will be in Asheville Thursday, Friday, and Saturday for the City County Managers Association.
I would like to say personally, so far you've done a great job. Your weekly reports, you've taught Rob something that used to sit in that seat. Your weekly reports are awesome. You do a great job, and so we're much appreciative that you will take on that role until our other interim manager comes July 6th, correct?
That's correct.
July 6th, okay. So, do you have anything for us tonight?
I don't think so.
Okay,
Thank you, guys.
all right, we'll move on to our town attorney. Do you have anything for us tonight?
No,
No?
no, Your Honor.
Your Honor. Whoa.
She's been in court all day.
The only person that ever called me Your Honor was Eddie Caldwell. Eddie Caldwell, the finance director. Yeah. I just have to get on him for that. Well, anyway, that communication, you want to go ahead and do the communication from the board members? Chuck, do you have anything?
No.
Julia?
No.
John?
No, sir.
I will be at Pride on Saturday. The town does have a spot in the parade. Whoever wants to join, help carry flags. Thank you.
I'm here.
Perfect.
Okay. Okay, well, we have a closed session coming up, so you guys are okay to,
Will we relocate to the conference room in the back?
yeah,
Yes.
So the general
I'll make-
public can stay here.
you can stay if you want.
Yeah, we'll be just a few minutes to come back.
If you
We'll
got
be
a lot better
discussing the
things to do,
budget when
I
we
can
come back.
understand that.
Yeah, I'll make a motion to enter closed session pursuant to state statute 143-318-11-3 to consult with an attorney employed or retained by the public body in order to preserve the attorney-client privilege between the attorney and the public body, which privilege is hereby acknowledged.
Second by Chuck. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, so I say. Hey.
Very well said, Julia.
Hello, Intern County.
Nice to meet you.
I'm the Langston Zoning Attorney in private practice.
Oh, okay, good, great.
I come here for fun. So I don't know if that says much about me,
Well,
but
I like visiting historic courthouses on vacation.
there you go, there you go.
Makes good sense.
So I wanted to introduce myself and I pause it. One card, if I can ever be of service, if there's
Okay.
policy, anything to bounce off of, I'd be happy to be a resource. I worked with MIDS, CRAs for many, many years.
Okay.
So I've equity assistance.
Thank you so much.
You will be the one that watches out for us.
It would, right?
You'll be the one that watches out.
I tried.
Somebody make a
We're always, here we go.
Oh. Wait. Yeah. No, I've seen great things happening.
No, that's the big for your farm, Luke. Yeah. Well, you should. I'll take it. Look at that. You wouldn't understand, Chris.
That's what hurts.
Oh,
You say that like there's not like a ton Like he's equally well.
And ready.
So there's a, so it's almost like a business improvement district where
Where'd the scoop go? I love it. Nice. Still alive. I know. What's why that? I don't know. How you doing, Bob? The parking lot on Wall Street, I think. Good.
like I said, I don't think it's been. Nice.
Yes. They're gonna line up down there.
So it's a microphone in the city.
So they're gonna start in Wall all the passes the same.
Her name was Swan. But she always did not live well. I got it, yeah.
Yeah, it said you were on your number. Yeah. The last day.
Well, what's going to be is also
they had. It's in there, it's three minutes. I'll see it. So what are those pieces of wood? These pieces of wood? Yeah. Are just a second. And then it did, it stopped bowing with the grain. It's still bowing. Yeah. But there's some See, like I done with the first time, that's all I had was a three deck. Piece of wood, and I was like, I'm not an engineer. But I don't think this is gonna hold up the weight of 448 pounds. I'm not an engineer. So then I got this done without the centerpiece on it, and I still don't. Not too much. Yeah. And I was like, And I think the whole world will be haunted by that. Yeah.
Well, it probably is good, but it's dry. But this gets more.
Yeah, you're living right now.
Yeah, but it's, there's so many codes of boxes.
Oh, okay.
You're gonna follow your.
Yeah.
I follow your shit up. Yeah. Because I figured that would be a problem. Yeah. Right. Or lack thereof, I mean.
You know,
I just want to make something true.
I thought that too. Yeah, of course, higher up. Well, I thought that was the city. That was special. Because I first, even and then I thought, the board don't see. And then when I was at Lebanon, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. And I found Honey Road.
So what are your calls?
But I got soft burger. So. We'll set that, I'm gonna fill in. That's, let that set, and then they wash the excess off, but it's same, it's like good stuff, and they carry it. Actually. Yeah. But see, you won't have to do. Yeah, I know that. Yeah.
You know that I looked at it the other day. I know.
Hey, you know that's gonna fall.
No, you're gonna die. Sometime, someday. All every day. You're gonna get hung up on your arm.
Have you got it all down?
I think so. You do all this, so that you can play. Check out the
I know. Can lights and, there's a fan over like the living room area, and then over the dining room. Okay, so. No.
I'm
Fireplace is fan, so you can sit there. But that, which is screen, in front is a chandelier. No, he just. Converse. Yeah. He used, he got started, dead started. Don't. Yeah, I don't know that at all.
I ain't gonna hold you that. But I'm gonna get out of here. We're recording.
It's not obvious, leave it. You working on that? No. When you get on. Breathe. Breathe in. Okay. Yeah. No. Big out first. Yeah. That's okay. This is really, he's AI. He said, lady with hair. And then he just did. That's what
God, it's cold in here. Do what? Oh, hey folks.
Chief?
That's what I said when I came back in.
Chief still here? Someone's just threw the trash can.
All right.
Trash can.
Look at it, you
Sorry,
got-
the volunteer.
We don't want to go.
Got a little bit of a test.
Little bit, huh?
Somebody build a fire in here. It's cold.
Somebody carried it down there and said it was.
So you go through.
I feel great,
Are you okay?
but I'm usually hot.
YouTube is still good, perfect, thank you.
I've never been a judge.
I don't want to hear nothing about it. Nothing, nothing, honey. Oh, Lord, help us.
I said, no way. I said, she said, right here beside
Help
me.
help us.
Manager's right here.
I would like to be.
I know, yeah, word.
But I
Give me-
respect the desire to be.
It's gonna snow tonight, isn't it?
Oh,
It's gonna snow tonight. It's freezing in here. I'm gonna start bringing a blanket and leaving it.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Sometimes my,
Redheads are born.
sometimes my lip bleeds on the inside.
Redheads are born with a short fuse. That makes you a good attorney. Yeah, that makes you a good attorney too. Okay, we're back in.
Or Miss Councilmember Dixon's just out of place, but he's in the room. You can call him back to order.
All right, I need a motion to call the meeting back to order.
So moved.
Got a motion by Julia.
Yep.
Second by,
Oh,
second by John. All in favor, say aye. Okay, we move on to, was that item 5?
Yes, sir.
We go to item 5, adoption of the fiscal year 2027. Mr.
Look at him. He's
Ah.
smiling.
Mr.
I think that's a smile.
Yeah, that's a smile.
Depends how you interpret it.
Well, I can promise, Mr. Mayor, I can promise you that this council is adopting the budget tonight, by hook or by crook, so.
That's great. I don't know if my head can take any more hair loss. Felt weird watching you all walk out from back there. Felt like y'all needed your own like walk-on song to the podium. Yeah. Good evening, everybody. So I sent the proposed fee schedule over to you all last week, along with the recommended budget that took into account everything we had discussed. We started this budget process with a 2-cent tax increase and a little over $400,000 in appropriated fund balance. This last revision of the budget has no tax increase and only a little over $35,000 of appropriated fund balance. So I want to thank all my colleagues, everyone in this organization, for coming together and making necessary cuts for the guidance of council. I feel pretty confident about this budget. I feel like we did pretty much everything we could do. So, if there's any questions about the budget itself before it moves to adoption or the proposed fee schedule, I will go ahead and walk through some of the proposed fee changes, just so those are clearly stated on the record.
And this is huge too, because electric fund and sewer fund, the rate increases, it's just huge. I'm not going to take away your thunder, but go for it.
So in planning and zoning, the temporary use permit for other than mobile food vendors is going to go, we're proposing to move it from $20 to $25. A general commercial special use permit greater than 100,000 square feet is going to be $1,000. In all other special use permits, in addition to required site plan review fees, we're proposing to increase that to $300. Hold on. The parks and recreation fees, Luke and his team did a lot of work on this to minimize impact to our town residents. And so we're looking at very modest, if any, increases to some of the in-town fees. And then for out of town, but in county fees, we're looking at increasing those as well. And then in the enterprise funds, Deputy Director of Sustainability, Laura Yonkers, she did a lot of really great work putting together some proposed increased fees to, help fund some critical projects in those funds. So in the water fund, you'll see the ones that are highlighted red. Those are the proposed fee adoptions. I'll just give you all a minute to look over those, or if you need me to read them, I can. But we're looking at, instead of just doing flat water tap fees, doing a water tap connection fee for a single family home, a water tap fee for a single family home within a subdivision, and a water tap fee for a single family home within a subdivision, and the developer installs the tap. So if the developer is installing the tap, there's a pretty decent savings for that developer there as well. And that just kind of trails down those fees. And very similar structure in the sewer fees schedule. One new addition that Laura had worked on here is for grease blockage and really being cognizant of fog, fat soil, and grease entering our sewer system. So we have a few fees related to that. For a grease blockage, it used to be $275 minimum on call out. We're proposing to increase that to $1,000. That does require staff time and labor. For a grease trap not being cleaned out, the proposal is $500. For a grease interceptor not cleaned out, the proposal is $750. For a grease interceptor not installed after they've been put on notice, it's $2,500. And for a grease trap not installed, not after they've been put on notice, it's $3,000. And then the sewer tap fees follow a very similar structure to the water tap fees as well, where there's different price increases based on whether it's a single family home within a subdivision, single family home in a subdivision, but the developer installed the tap, or commercial.
Ian, can I ask a question? How is subdivision defined?
Laura might be able to answer that a little better than I could.
So we're having to, like, what we're seeing with a lot of these, even if it's 14, 15 homes, we have to, if we have to upgrade multiple pipes along our system. So even if it's a mile or 2 miles away, we're looking at the full infrastructure from the water treatment plant to
I'm not-
the subdivision, and a lot of these pipes are needing to be upgraded.
I'm not disagreeing, I'm just asking, what is the definition of the subdivision? Is that
Greater
when
than
you divide one lot into
duplex?
two?
So anything
That's the-
above 2, so anything above duplex or above.
So
you know,
triplex.
a simple lot split, pretty much if want to increase real fees for a normal everyday person, they're building their, first house, they try to keep the fees, pretty much the same for those, because they're not really impacting the system as a whole. We should have capacity for that, even if they broke the lot into 2 and they did 2 houses, that would, that's a lot division. Anything above 2 would be considered.
Thank you. Good.
So that is,
I still think we need it defined. So you're saying any subdivision is the division of any parcel of land into more than 2 lots?
Well, I mean, technically, a subdivision is one where the developer itself is buying that property and then providing in that infrastructure. So they're gonna be providing within the bounds of that subdivision, those water, those sewer, the electric, the drainage. So,
Can I be very blunt? We understand what a subdivision is. What we're asking for is what is the definition pertaining to? Is it you're taking a lot and dividing it 2 or more, or 3 or more?
3 or more.
Okay, that's,
That probably needs to be added somewhere in this.
having a strict definition in the fee
yes,
schedule.
because if we have that, then you're gonna have people that get angry for not knowing that.
Okay.
We can, I can do that before I even leave tonight, just type that up in the fee schedule before it goes online.
Okay.
All right, thanks. And I'm sorry I interrupted. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. That was the Spark Notes public version of what I sent to you all last week. So if there's any other questions, I'm happy to answer them or go back and bring back another budget.
You don't have time to come back with another budget. I'm not sitting here.
We'll start with Anthony.
This has been a long process, and you have done a fantastic job. I know that I can be very aggressive at times when it comes to numbers, and you have just rolled with it, and I really appreciate all of your understanding and how you have a complete understanding of the budget. This is probably one of the first times that we can say, I think every single council member has a clear understanding of every aspect of this budget, and every department head has an ownership of this budget. I do have one prepared statement, of course. We got through that very quickly, so it wasn't prepared.
It would be a council presentation if Anthony didn't have one.
I have one thing.
One thing.
That's great. The headline of our night, and it's good news headline, a budget for the coming year with no property tax increase. That didn't happen by accident, and it took real discipline and hard choices from our staff and department heads, and I want to thank all of them. And I'm prepared, once everyone else has had their say, to move that we adopt the budget ordinance as presented.
Okay. John, you have a question?
I'm not 100% sure that I know in one of the previous versions of the budget that we had seen, there was a rate increase in the electric fund and the sewer fund or the water fund, and or perhaps sewer. So have we eliminated that?
We've eliminated the
The
electric.
yeah.
The electric has been
Increase in
fully
Which is-
eliminated.
Let's just say, that is a huge
Yeah.
note that that Progress Energy or Duke has raised theirs like 18%, and the town of Waynesville is not raising their rates.
They dropped it down to 11, Duke.
They like that, oh,
Yeah,
bless
it's
them.
gone from 8, they redacted that down to 11% Duke Energy. So I'm thrilled to see that we will not, that's outrageous in
It
its
is.
own, but
But we are mandated still by the state to raise
Yeah.
our sewer rates to compensate for the
Okay.
water treatment facility.
Okay, so, all that said, I think, this, first of all, outstanding job, to you and the staff. I want to commend, Councilmember Sutton's leadership, during this, these efforts. And I am, I think it means something that when the rest of the world is blowing up, that we took a stand and said, we're not going to go there. We saw how people are struggling to pay for gas and groceries and everything in between. And none of us could stomach the idea of adding to that burden. And this to me is the epitome of a shared sacrifice. The only thing that I regret in this this budget and the discussions that we've had is that we weren't able to provide any sort of cost of living adjustment to our staff.
We did.
1%.
We did 1%, which isn't that great, but we did get the cost of living.
So to me, our dilemma ultimately was how to navigate a environment where our revenue is stuck in 2020 and our expenses are full on in 2026. And so I'm proud of the budget. I'm proud of the effort that we have undertaken to keep as much of a burden off of our taxpayers as we can and still provide the level of service that they deserve. And I'm confident that we have done that. So good job, y'all.
Chuck, you have anything to add to it?
Oh, yeah, it was nice to hear you say that we, in addition to the 1% cost of living, there's a 2.5% merit increase through the program that we have, which is good. And I just want to remind folks that we have the best benefit package of any town in North Carolina, or probably any private business in North Carolina, in terms of what we pay our employees and the insurance we provide and the retirement and all sorts of things. So just want to mention that too. And we certainly appreciate everything our employees do.
Do you have anything?
I think it's all been said. I mean, I really appreciate the tremendous amount of work that's gone into this budget from the leadership team, the input from also the employees and everything. And so excellent job. And we gave you quite the task to come up with several weeks ago or a month ago. And you guys stepped up, made it happen, and to the benefit of our citizens and our constituents. So thank you very much, all of you all.
I'm under 100%. Thank you myself also for doing this. I mean, for our citizens here in Waynesville, you know, like John and Anthony were saying, you know, with the gasoline and food costs, you know, going in the direction that it's going. And we've stood up, and I know we've made some hard decisions, but we've made them to care for our citizens here in Waynesville. So,
India?
I need someone to,
So, we need to set the ad valorem tax rate, which we need to verify before I make the motion, which is 47.90 cents per 100.
Good.
So I'll make a motion to set the ad valorem tax rate of 47.90 cents per 100 on real and personal property billed by the town.
Second.
all in favor, say aye. Opposed, so like sign.
I would also like to make a motion to set a tax rate of 19 cents per 100 for the downtown Waynesville MSD. That is the
Second.
correct.
That's correct.
Second.
Got a second? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, so like sign.
And then I
So
would
ordered.
like to make a motion to adopt the budget ordinance for fiscal year 2027 as presented.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, so
lot.
like sign.
That's a lot.
I'd also,
We did it. We did it.
We
You're
did
fine.
it. Thank you,
Mr.
guys.
Mayor.
Yep.
I move we adjourn.
You want to go get warm, don't you? Got a motion to adjourn,
Second.
second by Julia. All in favor, say aye. Opposed, so like sign.
I hope one of you is gonna take Ian out for a celebratory ice cream cone.
I've already had 2 milkshakes today. I'm fine.
Yeah, we're whisked. Yeah.
Stupid trash cans are going up.
How dare
It
they?
has, so like there was one section I left in, so like the water tap and the sewer tap, I left in the old ones there so you can see what they were, because these are new structures for this year, so the red ones are what's newly adopted.
Okay, maybe I have a question.
I gotta clean this up anyway, so when I get it cleaned up tomorrow,
I'm gonna go and watch soccer with my husband.
Cold beer.
mixed up, but I have it in an email that I sent in.
I just love, in this day and age, it's just so nice
No
to
problem.
see a celebration of like all the world's people like coming together to enjoy a sport.